Hey guys, AJAX22 here, and after the disappointing attempt at using the Max saw, wanted to do something a little fun, make a little noise. So what we have here is a 80% built 7.5 inch barrel 308 DPMS pattern AR10. It's a lot of fun. Most people say that a AR10 can only go to 11.5, some say 10 inches. 7.5 inches really hasn't been publicly unveiled before, but it's a lot of interesting. You got earplugs in? Okay.
Just doesn't like you.
I don't. Just not my day. Okay, we may have a thing going on here. It's locked up pretty solid.
All right.
Hey guys, just wanted to do a walkthrough on this little toy. It's a fun one. DPMS pattern AR10, 7.5 inch barrel, and it runs pretty well if you have the right ammo. So yeah, you want to go down on the overall configuration on this one?
This one is set up pretty straightforward. Standard DPMS upper receiver forging, nothing special there. DPMS carbine length, 7-inch rail. They're free float from their AP4 rifle, I think. Pistol length gas system, which I don't see anybody having ever done. Kind of a medium contour barrel. Threaded at 7.5 inches right at the end of the, well, it's threaded at 7 right at the end of the rail, and then the 1/2 inch of threading makes up 7.5 inch barrel with a PWS CQB flash hider compensator type thing.
Pressure boosting chamber.
Yeah, it's not necessary. I originally had a Vortex flash hider on it, and it cycled just fine during testing. The second one I built, and both of them have run flawlessly with most ammo. We had some issue today because we had some match ammo where the bullet was seated a little bit far out, was hitting the throat on the rifling and just wasn't allowing the bolt to fully seat. It was an ammunition issue for sure. So beyond that, these things have been very nice and reliable, and there's some of the ammo. It's polymer tip.
Yeah.
Don't know who loaded it. We ended up getting a bunch of it with a. I think you got that with the crazy heavy barrel Mauser that you got in 308.
Oh yeah.
And it was set up for a match rifle, like a bench rest gun that had a 1.25 or 1.5 inch diameter barrel almost on the thing, and just was set for that gun, and it was a little bit long for this thing. We also tried in a couple other 308s before this, and also had the same issues with it. We're hoping it might work on this, but
this wouldn't even run in a 1919.
Yeah.
So yeah, I forgot about that. They're loaded ridiculously long, as you can probably see. You know, 308 Winchester cases, but they're not seated.
And that's
properly.
after the tip got busted off while trying to feed
Yeah,
it.
this had another little
point. It had the actual point to it. So
none of the points survived the whole boondoggle there. Yeah, conventional carbine buffer.
yeah, it's a standard carbine length buffer. Didn't have a pistol tube on hand, so I took a commercial buffer tube and turned the rib off, made it round, so there's no way to actually get a stock to sit on there at all. And I was eventually going to put either a foam sleeve or I'm not that big of a fan of the arm brace. I like the concept, the execution's kind of meh. So plus you get a lot of varying opinions on it, whether or not. And I've noticed almost every time I see somebody pull one of those out, it gets used in the wrong way. And that's not something I'm looking to do. This isn't a gun that you really are going to try to really aim. I built it mainly to make a lot of noise, a lot of flame, and it does that really well.
Yes.
That's why there's not even sights on it. You know, it was kind of one of those things that would take it out, bump fire it, and make a bunch of noise, and everybody goes, "What the heck is that?" And
It's fun.
It's the only one I've ever seen. You know, shortest barrel I've ever seen on an AR10 before this one, I think, was a 10.5 or an 11.5. You know, just messing with another couple gunsmiths that I know, I messaged them and said, hey, what's the shortest can you get an AR10 to run? And all of them responded back either 11.5 or 12 inches, and so I didn't even say anything about this one. I already had 2 of them made, and
yeah. So we're making it do. When 12 inches is too much, we're making it work with 7.5.
Yeah,
I think is the message. Yeah. Anyway, it's a fun way to turn money into noise, right? I mean, other than that, there's not a lot of point.
They're actually fairly accurate. We did have one out shooting it a while ago. The first one I built, and we were shooting at about 100 yards, and we were shooting at random stuff at my buddy's private range, and he has some washing machines and crap that we shoot at, and it was a minute of washing machine at about 100, 150 yards, and
so
it was,
if not stabilizing, at least tumbling in a straight flight path.
Yeah.
So that's fun. You're welcome to watch me fail to shoot this thing effectively now, and watch. I want to be very clear. The bump fire. This is not a bump fire video. This is a illustration that wow, it's a 7.5-inch barreled AR10 that runs. So it can be done. So I'm sure the guys out there who are doing posties and SBRs can now slap this onto something more interesting. With a little luck, we should actually, fingers crossed, be getting our 0702 here to play with more interesting stuff. Where we're at, there's a lot of paperwork to jump and a lot of hoops to jump through in the process, so that'll take a little bit of time. But we're working on it. So hope you enjoy this, and try to do a better one next time with
when we have more than 10 rounds of good ammo for the gun.
Yeah, that didn't work super well. Probably also do a non-California proper bump fire with proper magazines.
We do, like I said, we may be getting able to be set up with an 0702 or getting our own quickly, and been mainly made this for an 0702 that originally wanted one and kind of shied away from the deal. We ended up building him a 8.5-inch G3 base rifle, HK91 base rifle that instead, because it was a little bit simpler to get to run, and
that's been done. It's easy.
So this was something different. I ended up with the original one and built a second one, and here we are.
Yeah. Anyway, that's basically the story. Hope you're enjoying this, and have a good one.
Yeah.
Apparently loaded up with some plastic tip match varmint rounds. May have a few more in there. This gun does not like them, so
they're loaded a little long.
Yeah, they're long. All right. I think we found another one.
Hold the charging handle when you do it.
Yeah, that was the plastic one too.
All right. Cool.
There's another one in there.
Yeah, out of the entire box of ammo we had, I think only 4 of them were those polymer tips. Yep. All right.
So, and we're empty. So now we get to have the mad scientist show us how to properly shoot this without having it jam like crazy. Definitely a series of best practices in occurrence right here.
Bolt is open. Mag in. Are you ready?
Yeah. Whenever you want to do stuff. And that's how you bump fire a 7.5 inch AR10.
All right.
Happy days. Empty?
Empty. Clear.